What's going on, KBG? Um, Penguinz, or Charlie, or Moist Critical, whatever you want to call his name. Um, yeah, he put out a vid. Um, it is music industry is in big trouble. I don't know what the fuck is this for. It's probably has something to do with AI, to be completely honest. And or an individual that's probably like monopolizing some type of music platform or some shit like that. But yeah, let's get into it and see what he got to say. Cause yo, bro, I love the way he narrates his shit. He's always super like in depth detail, kind of cool with it. Super clever. I don't know. I gotta get better at that, but
You
yeah, he
know
got it. And his
this
tattoos are
man?
fire. And he's
He
short.
may
No,
look
I don't
like
know
a
that man.
default character in a Warhammer 40k Space Marine game, but he's
See, like,
very
how the fuck
real.
you come
He's
up with
become a
that?
very real boogeyman to the music industry. He was recently arrested on
Oh
a
shit.
series of charges, and they're basically treating this guy like Cobra Commander for what he's done. He
Damn. What
stole
the fuck?
directly from music distributors. And the way that he was able to do
What?
this, make off with upwards of $10 million in royalties over the
Holy
course of
shit.
7 years, is through a really interesting scheme that I imagine a lot of others are doing behind the scenes, and it's something the music industry themselves also does in broad daylight. But he got slapped hard for it.
Damn.
So, what he did
You got
is
caught.
he created a lot of AI songs and flooded streaming platforms with them, and then had tens of thousands of bot accounts perpetually streaming those songs that he owned,
To make
and he would
money.
collect royalties from all of
Yo,
those
it was a fucking money glitch. Yo, that's actually fire, but that's completely like illegal, and you should not be doing that because he got caught. And look at this sentence of 20 years in prison. Like, are you serious? A North Carolina man is accused of creating hundreds of thousands of songs with AI. Even though some of those AI songs are kind of cool, not so and using bots to stream. That's insane.
botted stream numbers.
That's
His
insane,
name
bro.
is Michael Smith. Even his name sounds AI generated. But you want to know what AI could never generate?
Yeah, what?
Goof
Goof
juice.
juice.
It's
I
the
knew.
best
Yo,
flavor ever
bro,
made. It's
his like segues are so clever, bro. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how he be doing that shit. He's super talented when it comes to segues, especially with the glaze of fucking goof juice. This shit might as well like put 3 inches on your balls. Balls? I don't know. Shaft of your penis, something like that.
actually
But yeah,
perfection, and AI can't do that. Also, GamerSupps right now is having a big special where you can get free shipping to anywhere in the world using code MOIST. So pick up some Goof Juice, best flavor ever,
nice.
gamersupps.gg/moist.
Best
And he's
flavor
getting
is
his
goof
ass
juice, or is there flavors of goof juice? Goof juice.
spread open here by the FBI now. So the FBI assistant director said the defendant's alleged scheme played upon the integrity of the music industry by a concerted attempt to circumvent the streaming platform's
I don't know what the
policy.
fuck that
I
means.
love how they
What the
just
hell?
unironically said the integrity of the music industry. What
Yeah.
integrity? What kind of fucking laughable joke is that?
Dude, the
No
music
such
industry has
thing.
no
And
no
like I
damn
mentioned at the beginning,
like
the music industry is guilty of
morals
botting
either.
numbers as well. But that's different. It's totally epic when the music industry does it for themselves. That's just swag style business, baby. The
Swag
FBI
style
remains
business.
dedicated to plucking out those who manipulate advanced technologies to receive
receive
illicit profits and
illicit.
infringe on the genuine artistic talents of others. As
Wow.
alleged, Michael Smith fraudulently streams songs created with artificial intelligence billions of times in order to steal royalties. Through his brazen fraud scheme, Smith stole millions in royalties that should have been paid to musicians, songwriters, and other rights holders whose songs were legitimately streamed. Today,
What? Like, if it's all AI and botted, aren't you not technically stealing anything because the AI made all of that shit like originally, and then the bots themselves? So like, all right, if we really think about it in a grand scheme of things, damn, it's like you're making money out of fucking thin air, because it's not any actual people, no production. AI does it all for you. And I feel like the only people you should probably pay is the people who made the AI generated like platform software for you to even use it. So maybe I'm just ignorant when it comes to stuff like this, but it doesn't sound. I mean, it sounds fucking illegal, but I don't think it like in technicality, I don't think it should be, since you're not doing anything like stealing shit from other people, unless he was. I mean, I'm reading through it. It says through his brazen fraud scheme. Oh, it's fraud? What the fuck? Smith stole millions of royalties. Oh, he did it by stealing Mrs. Songwriter holders whose songs were legitimately streamed. So Okay, so he's
Hey,
doing a lot
thanks to the
more than
work of the
just like
FBI
making
and the
music.
career prosecutors of his
Shits
office,
and streaming it.
it's time for Smith to face the music. You know, the guy that said that had the biggest fucking smirk on his face. That was his mic drop moment where he put the sunglasses on. I also couldn't help but actually scoff when they said, with a straight face, that he took money away from the artists that would have been paid through these streaming platforms. Brother, look around. The musicians make the littlest piece of that pie.
Yep,
The
we get so
actual
little.
entities that make the lion's share of the money through streaming platforms for music are distributors, publishers, and labels. The actual creative, the artist behind the work, they get the tiniest cut of that cake. They get a urinal cake more than anything. They just
Fucking
get
nerd,
served
okay.
little dog shits on a plate. They don't see most of that money in the first place. As someone who uses Spotify for our music project, The Gentle Min, I can tell you firsthand
Gentleman.
the Spotify
What the fuck?
royalties for the artist, two thumbs way down.
Damn. So you barely got no
Boo,
money.
boo,
I
big
mean,
boo.
I got some money when I was on Spotify. I got like I made my first 50, then I made my first 100, but that shit took so many fucking streams. It was insane. And I put out music like this, like almost like once every 2 weeks or some shit like that. Like it was insane. And then I self-deleted because you know what I'm saying? It's just weird because I wanted to figure out what I wanted to stick to, like what music genre I wanted to stick to type shit, whether it be rap or alternative rock, but I love both. And then I lost all my ISRCs, bro. And please, anybody who watches this that makes music in the future, save all of your ISRC or IRSCs or whatever they're called. It's like your address thing for your songs or music file. Please do not lose those. If you lose those, you will not be able to re-upload any of your music, bro. Keep them shits. Those are for you and for you only. And if you don't have it, then get it from your distributor before you delete your account or before you delete your music, because that shit is super important for you to hold your music accountable and keep it on record so you can make profit or continue to post it publicly. I am no longer I don't have my ISRC, and Amuse couldn't even recover my shit because I deleted that account that had all the deleted music on it and made another account with the same email, so that fucked my whole shit up, and now I can't release all the good music I had. I had some of my favorite songs released on Spotify, Apple Music, um, Amazon Alexa. Like you could ask Alexa to do all that shit, and bro, it made me sick to my stomach realizing I will never be able to commercially do it until I like um figure out a way to either redo it, re-record the whole thing, like the whole sound file, or get a new beat I don't know, bro. I don't know what to do with that. But please keep your ISRCs or IRSCs or some shit. Keep that shit in a notebook or screenshot it. Keep that shit in the phone or device. Do not lose them shits. Super huge. Dude, yeah. Just be very careful. Very cautious with your music.
Ooh, throw tomatoes. The main people hurt by his scheme were the AI generated zombies that run the music industry. The music industry was the one that was directly affected the most. I do think there is an argument and a strong case to be made that because he was pumping so many streams to his songs, he was
Oh, that he was overshadowing the people that were actually making music.
taking some of that marketing, like advertisement money, away from other artists because those ads were instead
Yeah,
being
yeah,
played
yeah. That makes
on
sense.
his streams that weren't real. So I do think he did end up taking some money away from some of the other artists on the platform.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the main people that were affected was just the music industry directly. He's not like a hero or anything, but it's hard to feel sympathy for the victim here because of how
Yeah.
corrupt the music industry is. Now, the way he did this, I think, is pretty interesting, and it's something that I think a lot of other people are doing to a lesser scale than Smith was. So, to carry out the scheme, he created thousands of bot accounts on music streaming platforms Amazon, Apple, Spotify, YouTube,
Damn.
and then used
This
software
guy was
to make
really
the
money
accounts
glitching.
constantly stream the songs he owned. Smith estimated that he could generate 661,000 streams per day, which would get him 1.2 million a year. But he wanted
What?
to avoid streaming it all to a single song because he recognized that that would be pretty suspicious and would probably get the kibosh put on his operation pretty quick. They'd find it. So he then identified the need for thousands of songs that he could pump these
Holy
fraudulent streams
shit.
into because it would keep the number low enough because
Oh,
it'd be
because the streaming itself has to be real for it to like, you know what I'm saying, have some good weight in legality, like be legal. So I guess fake streaming and bot streaming is actually illegal, I
spreading
guess.
the
Okay.
660,000 streams a day across thousands of songs, so it wouldn't really be setting off anyone's alarm bells. But if all of it filtered into just one or two songs, you know, you got Now that's what I call butthole 28, getting 660,000 streams per day. Someone's
Yeah,
going
that
to
shit is
notice and
insane.
start to piece
What the
together
fuck?
that,
I don't
something's a
even
little
think
fishy
any
here.
song has like been
So
listened to that
that's when he
much
turned to some
in a day by
co-conspirators
one person.
about needing to get a ton of songs fast. And there's nothing faster than AI.
AI.
What I find really surprising though is that this is in 2018. So this is very primitive AI.
Damn.
And he contacted a chief executive officer of an AI music company, and together they generated hundreds of thousands of songs for this. The names that the AI spit out
Calm
were pretty
Knuckles.
trash except for one, Calm Baseball. That
Oh my.
name bangs. That right there,
Calm
I could see
baseball.
that name in lights.
Why is everything
Calm
with like
Baseball.
C's or calm, callous, calliope, bloom, calliope, callousness. Like, what the fuck
Baseball
are
now
these names?
performing at Madison Square Garden. Like someone's got to take that. It's too good to
Make a
just
song
let
called
wither
Calm
and
Baseball.
die, to fade away. But that's the
That's funny.
strategy in a nutshell. So he created tons of fake artists, tons of fake music, and tons of fake streams, and collected a lot in royalties from it.
Dude.
Now, I think there is
So
a
much
ton of
free
people
money.
doing
What the
this.
fuck?
I think there
That
are
just
a
haven't
lot of
gotten caught
people
yet.
that aren't flying as close to the sun as Michael Smith did with over $10 million that they're raking in. Michael Smith was going fast and loose here, going hog wild with the amount of money he was making from this. But I think there are a large number of people that are doing this exact thing with smaller numbers. Because Michael Smith would have never been caught if he didn't make so much
So much
from it.
money,
And
yeah.
I'm sure every single one of you watching this, if you use Spotify, you've stumbled across one of these AI cesspools, like this fucking latrine of AI
I
generated
haven't. I
music,
really
and
haven't.
some of it's got hundreds and thousands of listens to it. I think those accounts are doing exactly what Michael Smith did, but instead of making off like Scrooge McDuck with 1.2 million a
A
year,
year.
they're probably doing something smaller like $100,000 or $200,000 a year through this same technique
That's still
in order to
insane,
stay
though.
invisible to the
Holy
upper
shit.
echelon of the music industry. That's my guess. And if I'm wrong about that, I don't think I will be for long, because now that this story has blown up, I think there are going to be tons of copycats that are
Cases,
going to do
yeah.
this exact same
Because they'll see
thing.
him like, oh, well, he did this shit wrong, and I'm finna do it the right way. Like that type of shit.
Bots have become so prevalent.
Hmm.
I know this gets tossed around all the time with like dead internet theory and all of that, but unironically, the data has shown more often than not, the people you interact with aren't people at all. They're not blood, flesh, cringe, and cum. They are bots.
What the
And a
fuck?
lot of the things and
But, like,
content
who
you
thinks of
consume
shit like
doesn't
that,
even
bro?
come
Like,
from
he's so
humans
clever
either.
with
It comes from
this shit.
bots. So it's one of those things where if it's not already happening in a big way on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all that, it's going to very soon. Now, in the case of Michael Smith, he's being
20
charged with
years?
wire fraud conspiracy, wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy, and could face a maximum of 20 years in prison per count. And I've got a hunch that
What?
the music industry is going to do everything in their power to make an example out of Michael Smith to try and scare people away from emulating what he's done. I think they're going to throw the book at him to make it a deterrent from copycats. Because if more and more people start doing what Michael
Fucking
Smith
everybody's
was,
gonna be
the
rich.
music industry is going to be in some deep doo-doo. It's a
Yeah.
very hard thing
So
for them
much
to
money's about to be
combat
leaked.
against. Like, look at how long Michael Smith got away with it. And again, the only reason he got caught is just because of how much money he was pulling
That's
in.
insane.
But if people stay at lower
Calm
amounts that
little,
they're making,
like, even imagine most people are just like set for life, just making 100K, 60K, 70K a year. That's insane. So the fact that the only thing that got him caught was him just being greedy and making so much money. Imagine how difficult it's gonna be to be without it getting recognized by someone's attention, just to make calm little 120,000 a year, or like 80,000 a year. Like that shit is insane, bro.
from it, I don't think they have the ability to find all of them.
Yeah,
I think they're
there's so
very
many people that
scared
would do
of
it.
this becoming a bigger problem for them, and I think they're going to do everything in their power to fuck Michael Smith. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See ya.
All right. Well, good job, Chuck. Yo, Valorant. What's that?
It's about
I forgot who that is. Worst speedrunner. Nice. All right,
I love to.
yo, I know you love to talk, bro. And Charlie, you are amazing at it. I mean, you helped me through work, helped me through all that shit. Yo, but yeah, music industry.
When they're
That was Charlie's
dehydrated,
music.
Pedialyte is
Charlie's
great
video.
for.
If you can't show love
Wait,
to his YouTube channel, he's almost at
isn't that?
Yo, shut the fuck up, bitch. If you can't show love to him, he's an amazing guy. He's been doing this shit for so long. Um, yeah, bro. Yeah, it was a really good video. Um, I'm kind of worried that so many people are actually doing that. I did like wasn't really aware that people were doing that and getting. That's like easy life, dude. Like imagine doing that shit. Like that's crazy. All right, KPG, keep it a buck all the time, every time. I love you, boys and girls. Let God lead, guide, and direct y'all. And I'll see you boys and girls in the next video. Peace.